Hi, I'm Mélanie La Roche, organizer of the Montreal Comic Arts Festival, and this is the True North Country Comics podcast.
Welcome to the True North Country Comics podcast, dedicated to celebrate Canadian comic book and graphic novel creators and supporters. I'm John Swinimer. On this episode, I chat with Mélanie La Roche as she reflects on her work as executive director of the Montreal Comic Arts Festival. Mélanie La Roche is the executive director of the Montreal Comic Arts Festival, otherwise known as MCAF. According to Mélanie, it's thanks to comic creators that she rediscovered comics and now works at MCAF. She takes pride in organizing the celebration for them and in showcasing Québécois comics. Her position involves a wide variety of tasks, and she finds great satisfaction in solving the many challenges that come with organizing MCAF. Last year, MCAF welcomed over 90,000 visitors, hosted 1,750 exhibitors, and showcased more than 330 comic artists. The theme for this year's 15th edition of MCAF is Alive, designed to bring light comic book representation of flora and fauna, memorable characters, and breathtaking worlds, as well as more challenging topics such as the environment, politics, and other current issues. So without further ado, here's my chat with Mélanie La Roche as she reflects on her work as executive director of the Montreal Comic Arts Festival. So Mélanie La Roche, thank you very much for taking time to chat with me.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, I appreciate your time. I know that you are extremely busy, and we haven't spoken in literally a year, but you've been very busy. In fact, I understand you just returned from Switzerland. I wonder if you could talk a bit about your trip and who was with you on that team.
Exactly. We've had the crazy idea to accept a great invitation from the Bilingual Festival in Lausanne, Switzerland. We had the opportunity to go there with 10 comic book artists from Quebec. We also had an exhibition, Confluence, that presents the state of modern comic arts in Quebec and the various influences that makes it what it is today. With the portrait of 24 amazing artists, we can kind of get a taste of all the different types of comic arts that we see. The 10 artists that were with us in Switzerland are also in this exhibition. And the nice thing is, even if you didn't get to go to Switzerland, you'll get to discover this exhibition at the festival. We adapted it to present it in Montreal, so it's a bilingual exhibition that will be on site in the activity center.
Ah, that's very exciting. Do you think this might be sort of like a cultural exchange?
It's actually a collaboration that's been built over the last few years with Virginie Moreno, our programming director, and the teams in Switzerland that we met during different comic arts events, like in Angoulême. We developed a great relation. We had some great exchanges. They came last year for the focus on Swiss comics in Montreal. And we had the complimentary invitation to go to Switzerland to present Quebec comics to them. So it's been really a nice partnership that we've built up with them.
Fantastic. You are overseeing this year's Montreal Comic Arts Festival as the organizer. I wonder if you could talk a little bit about what attendees should expect over the 3-day event.
I would say sunny weather. I've asked for it so much that we have to have it this year. We're going to have a great outdoor celebration of comics in the heart of Montreal. The fact that we're a free festival, close by the metro, we close the street, it really creates this amazing atmosphere for people to kind of just wander around, discover comics, spend some time, participate in the activities. So we have over 60 free activities during the weekend. We have panels, we have live drawing events, we have workshops for people that want to learn new skills taught by different comic artists. So we really have a little of everything for everyone. And I think one of the things I like the most about our festival is how it can be enjoyed both by people that are geeks of comics, as well as people that just want to kind of discover it, find out if there's artists that might interest them. There's really something for everyone, I think.
Absolutely. And great food, too, from Montreal. You can just literally walk off the street and get some great food. So great opportunities.
How about I usually have a little less time for that during the festival.
Sorry. How about special guests? Do you have any special guests attending at this year's event?
Absolutely. We have over 30 artists from abroad that are coming. This year, we have E.M. Carroll that specializes in horror comics a little. We have two artists from Brazil, Danilo Beirut and Hugo Canuto. We have Michael Deforge coming up. We have the duo Elisabeth Piche and Jonathan Kuntz that are famous for their webcomic War and Peace. Nina Six, Anis El Amouri, Boulet, French artist, but that is really well known for having done so many diverse types of comics. We also have Marie Scriven, that is really well known with the youth readers.
Wow, that's amazing. It's very exciting to hear they have so much diverse talent all in one place for people to
Exactly.
freely experience. That's tremendous.
And over 350 comic artists expected. Of course, you'll see lots of well-known figures from the Quebec scene. We'll have Michel Rabagliati, Jean-Paul Ede. We'll have people from John and Quarterly that will be there. We always have our usuals coming back year after year, but then those are just a few of the special guests that we have coming up.
That's why you need 3 days to see them all. There's so many.
Absolutely.
Well, with everything that's going on, I mean, there's so many different events, as you said, panels and exhibitors. What are you most looking forward to at this year's event?
We have, well, the amazing exhibition I told you about that I'm really proud of. We worked hard on it. François Vigneault was the curator and put lots of effort and love into it. For the panels, we have a panel about knowledge is power, resistance in comic books. That is something that would interest me if I had time to stop by and watch it. For comic book fans, there's also Superheroes Forever, messing with the archetype. Discussion between Mike Cho, Jay Ajik, and Sweeney Boo that I think you're also meeting with. We have drawn conversations that are always a favorite of mine. It's a collaboration with Télé-Québec, but it allows us to have more profound discussions with artists while they're drawing. So this year, Derek Laufman will be one of the person for a drawn interview. And we also have drawn conversations where two artists that have similar topics in their comics get to interact and draw together. So it's always super interesting. The War and Peace duo will be doing a live reading, which should be extremely funny. I would love to see that. And there's always live drawing events that are always fun. Like whichever artist is there, you'll have a fun time. They're always like super dynamic and engaging. So, and workshops. I mean, there's watercolor lesson with one of our international artists, which should be really interesting. I really wish I had the time to stop by for that one. And we also have the express drawing sessions to learn quickly how to draw cats and frogs, for example. So if you only have a little time to stop by or you just want to treat yourself to a little workshop, these are like super fun to attend.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be fun for everyone. But unfortunately, I have to bring down the note here on the podcast. I'm sorry to say this, but I understand this is the last year you are organizing the festival. So I'm sorry to say and sad to see you go. But on a proper higher note, I guess you could say you're off to bigger and better things. Can you talk about what your next sort of event will be after this?
Actually, I'm taking a little time to myself, but also to try something new. So my project for the summer is to work as a technician on movie and TV productions. So this is what I'm up to for this summer. I'll still be around to help out the team at MCAF to make sure the transition goes well and that everything is good. But I felt that over the last few years, we've worked a lot with Virginie. We've put so much effort, but I was at a point where I think I had given what I could to the festival and I needed to pass the flame on to someone else. So we'll be happy to present you with a great direction team in time for next fall.
Ah, yes, absolutely. You've done some great work. In fact, I've got to ask you then, with all the years of work you've done on the festival, are there any outstanding moments, anything that is your favorite that sort of springs to mind over the many years?
The one thing that always touches me, and it's also what kind of got me at MCAF, is my love of comic arts creators. This is how I got attracted to comics as an adult, was by discovering the amazing talents that we had and the amazing people that make it, and the different things that I made at the festival that I hope will kind of be like part of my legacy are stuff that go in that direction. When we arrived, there was no prize for the Quebec Bédélis Youth Prize, so we created that one quickly. We made a statement in 2023 about presenting Comic Arts Festival that presents arts made by humans, with everything happening with generative AI, it was important for us to take a stand with the artist to make sure that they were the one that we wanted to shine in our festival. We wanted to give them the full spotlight. So we put rules to prevent people from presenting AI generated artwork at our festival and for our prizes. So those are like two things that I have really dearly to heart. We've put a lot of effort also on the way our professional day works to make sure that we'd have kind of geek talks for artists, like a place to learn more specific skills than during the regular programming, but also to give them tools. We had this accounting workshop, which might not sound like much fun, but I think was really appreciated because a lot of artists, they're kind of like their own business owners, if we think about it. So they need to do everything from marketing to accounting. So to have all the tools to do it a little better was, I think, something that is needed. And there's not many places to get the information currently in the Quebec scene. So to give them these tools, but I think year after year, just to see people coming last year, even with the weather we had, to see everyone pouring on Saint Denis over the weekend with their umbrellas, carrying books, even though the weather was far from great, to see all those people that just show up with enthusiasm, all the volunteers that help us. These are all memories I'll hold dearly after leaving.
Well, Mélanie, on behalf of all of the attendees and exhibitors and listeners, thank you for your work that you've done for the Montreal Comic Arts Festival. It's tremendous. Great,
thank you so much.
Great achievement for sure. So with that being said, where can people find out more information so they can get up to speed and get ready for the Montreal Comic Arts Festival?
We have a lot of information on our social network, but I think the best place to look is really on our websites. I think you'll put up the link in the comments. But we have book signing schedules, we have activity programming, we have the list of artists that will be present. So we really encourage you to check out our website.
Super. Well, Mélanie, those are all the questions I have for you, but I'm wondering, is there something I didn't ask that you'd like to get across in this interview?
I think we're just very excited to have everyone come to MCAF. The street is slowly getting ready. Last weekend, we had some artists drawing in windows of shops. So like we have a great partnership with SDC Saint Denis, so the merchant network, and they have a few windows that will be ready. We're also working to finish up a collaboration with tattoo artists that have studios on the street too. So we have like different small events that we're working on until the last minute, but that we'll hope people will be excited about.
Thanks to Mélanie for the chat. You can discover more about the Montreal Comic Arts Festival online at fbdm-mcaf.ca and on Instagram at fbdm_MTL. And thank you for tuning in to the True North Country Comics podcast. I invite you to visit the True North Country Comics website to listen to even more conversations with creators about making comic books and graphic novels. You can follow along True North Country Comics on most social media platforms, and you're encouraged to send any and all feedback to John at truenorthcountrycomics.com. Thanks for tuning in, and come back soon for another episode. Bye for now. True North Country Comics podcast is copyright True North Country Comics, copyright 2026.